Hello everyone, I'm Kira's here and welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute since I've fed the Precure girlies. I know, it's been since like February, I'm so sorry. The joys of a fortnightly upload schedule. It's fine, today we're going to be reviewing MahouTsukai Precure 2 Mirai Days, the sequel spin-off thing that concluded a couple weeks ago. This is later than I would have liked, but what can we do? So yeah, I'm going to be talking about the characters, mostly just the characters. I am going to be talking about the plot and the animation, and the designs, but I'm talking about them in character sections. Y'all see how it ties together and works, but I don't need to have separate sections for characters and plot like I did in the wonderful Precure retrospective, because I can just talk about the characters and the plot simultaneously. Y'all see what I mean. I didn't script the intro. I know I said I was going to be scripting this. I have very comprehensive notes. I just did not have time to script. I really didn't. I've been really fucking busy. Anyways, let's just get into it with Mirai Liko. Also, sorry if my voice sounds weird. I'm really tired. My throats are kind of a bit sore, and I'm re-recording this video. I've had to delay it. Y'all can just go to my blue sky and look at that to see the insanity I've had to deal with for this microphone. And I'm just really tired. It's 7 a.m. right now, and I'm re-recording this video. So if I sound kind of weird, that's why. I managed to fix the mic. The input volume was being really weird, but it's fixed. It should last me a bit longer now. It's 4 years old. I'm surprised it's taken this long to deteriorate, but this is the most inconvenient time for it to disintegrate. So hopefully I can put it off for a couple more months. I'm realizing a lot of y'all don't care about this, but I care. I want to put it in the video. They're fine. They were fun. I don't have a lot to say about Mirai Liko's characterization in the show. They were well written. I'm glad my girlies are back. There are a couple things I liked. I really liked the Maho girl thing with Mirai. I thought it was really cute, and it gives us an excuse to see our girlies in the magic school uniforms, because they really shouldn't be wearing them at this point, because they're adults. And the Maho girl thing does make for some good subplots. I think the best example of this is episode 9, it kind of supports Kei's subplot, and I think it's cute. I also really like the detail of both Mirai and Liko noticing time passing through the adults around them, and more so with Liko, how they're becoming part of the adults, considering Liko is a professor now, which I actually really like. I love that for Liko. I don't like her ending, where she becomes a traveling professor teaching magic in the no magic world. I wish I got some more setup. I really wish they set that up more. It kind of comes out of nowhere, and I'm not sure how her show has allowed this. It's underdeveloped. It needed some more focus for it to make sense. And I do kind of like the whole message thing. Don't stay stuck in the past. Time is okay. Time passing is okay. Keep moving forward. Don't you can long for the past, just don't trap yourself in it. Like I did. I'm trying to remember the lecturing thing Mirai does to Chronosto, but it just fell out of my brain. It was really clunky. I don't care. She was having her main character moment, and I support her, but she could have worded it better. But that might also just be subtitles things. It might be a language barrier. Maybe it sounds less clunky in its original Japanese. But I can't speak Japanese, so I had to use subtitles. Also, I would have hated this lecture a lot less if it was directed at Aya, but I'll get to that in his section. And I love their casual outfits. I really like Mirai's blue dress. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. It's I'm not sure how I feel about Mirai in blue, but she makes it work. She looks great. Hisui! I love her. Oh my god. Why the fuck was she written out halfway through? Like, that... Okay. I hate that she's written out halfway through. Like, I know it's to bring Konoha back, but we could have still acknowledged her a bit more. And like, if she's in Konoha's brain, we could have like actually had her speak more. She gets like what, one line for Konoha's body in like episode 9 or 8. And then at the very end, she shows up again with the ugliest design. Like, Konoha with the emerald hair looks fucking horrid. It looks awful. It's disgusting. She does not work with emerald hair. So, okay, back to Hisui. Like, back to when she was alive. I love her personality. I love that she's more bratty and abrasive than Konoha and the rest of the cast. It's a nice change of pace from this generally nice cast. Most of the conflict inside the group comes from Liko being uptight, but I'm glad we have a more bratty character, more abrasive than Liko's just general strictness and uptightness. It's a nice change of pace for the main cast, and she is a lot of fun. I love Hisui, and I love her voice performance as well, but I just love Sari Hayami. Like, she's Oriko and Magia, etc., and genuinely, she's the only reason I use Oriko. Like, Oriko is my main in Magia, etc., and it's entirely because of how excellent Sari Hayami's voice acting is. Anyways, I love Hisui's design. I love her main outfit with the puffy, not jorts. I know they're shorts, but like, I think it's fun to call them jorts. I love her outfit, oh my god. I love the little pink butterfly clip. I love her green hair and her eyes. I love the butterfly motif in general. It ties into the time theming, like time motif for this entire series with the butterfly effect. Love that. I also love her alternate outfit with the overalls. Looks incredible. I don't know why she's in orange, but like, she slays with it. She looks great. And her being like the mystery of who Hisui is, it was kind of obvious. She was going to be the next Rapapa incarnation. I think the mystery was still interesting. It's like, especially with like, why could her reincarnate? Like, that's the interesting part. Like, why did she reincarnate after the confrontation with Aya during episode 1? Also, towards like the end, like in the last few episodes, I thought they were going to just make Hisui the new Rapapa so that Konoha can chill on Earth with the girlies. Like, that's what I thought they were gonna do with her. They aren't. That's not what they did. That's not what they did. They just stuck her in Konoha's brain and forgot she was there. God. And speaking of Ha-chan / Konoha, I am so sorry that you were confined to the second half of this series. You were the best part, girl, I swear. Okay, I am not the biggest fan of the second half. I'll talk about it more when we get to Ire Chronosto, because like, they're very entwined with the plot. But in general, I think the first half was a lot better than the second half. The first half sold like really good. Like, it's really good. And then the second half was good, but it has a lot more noticeable flaws. And it's just less enjoyable than the first half. And I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for Konoha because she's entirely confined to the second half for like plot reasons. But like, she's still fun. She's the best part of those last few episodes, especially episodes 7 and 8. I love her arc in episodes 7 and 8. Like, her not having her magic at the start, great. And the one singular interaction she has with Hisui is cute as fuck. I am so mad they did not interact more. They have one interaction and I hate it. Like, the fact that we never get them, like, arguing in Konoha's brain, like we get that internal monologue. I'm gonna bring a comparison to Honkai Star Rail because I just finished the 3.2 story. It's very similar to the Anaxa and Cersei's dynamic. Like, the fact that Konoha and Hisui did not have an Anaxa Cersei's thing going on genuinely makes me want to die. Like, we deserve to hear the two of them talking to each other in Konoha's internal monologue. Like, if Hisui's gonna be in Konoha's brain, utilize that. Utilize that, please. Have Hisui making like out-of-pocket commentary on whatever's going on, like being snarky, and Konoha's like either scolding her or trying not to laugh her ass off. That would have been so funny. And I also really like how Konoha's mini arc about not having magic in episodes 7 and 8 ties into Soda's storyline. Love that. I'll get more into Soda and the other minor characters towards the end, but like, genuinely love that. Episode 7 is also really good. I feel like the first 8 episodes are really good, and the last 4 just kind of dropped the ball a little bit, which does suck. Like, it did stick the landing, but like, there were a couple tumbles on the way there, especially compared to the like excellency of the first like 6 to 8 episodes. Like, they were so good, and then like the end kind of flopped a little bit. Okay, whatever. In the last few episodes, Konoha's just fun, and I'm glad my girl's here. I'm glad she gets to be here, especially considering how she was not here for the entire first half. And I'm really glad they acknowledge, like, at the end, that Konoha is on Earth and not watching over the worlds. Like, I'm so glad Mofurun just brings that up, and then Ha-chan's reply is, yeah, I can just do it from here. Real. I love that. I kind of love that, like, I'm glad they acknowledged it. I thought they were just not going to bring it up. I'm so happy Mofurun brought it up, and Konoha's response of, yeah, I can just watch over the world from here. Why not? Real as fuck. And now, it's time to get a bit rewrite here. I'm gonna be like leaving ideas on how I would fix Hisui and Konoha, mostly Hisui. I'm gonna be doing this for Ire Chronosto as well, but like, I'm not gonna be here, like, talking shit, kind of, air quotes, about the writing and then not offering solutions. Like, I have so many ideas on how to fix Mirai, and I want to get them out. So, I'm just gonna tell y'all how I would, like, rewrite Hisui to, like, fix her. And I'll be doing this for Ire Chronosto at the end of their section. So anyways, everything up to episodes, like, 8 and 9 stay exactly the same. Nothing will change there. They all stay the same. Then, in episodes 8 and 9, once we find out that Hisui is in Konoha's brain, we get some internal monologue, like what I mentioned earlier of like the Anaxis-Cersei's dynamic. We'd get some of that with Konoha and Hisui for episodes 8 and 9. And then in episode 9, when they go back to the magic world and like have that meeting with Kosho, Konoha would inquire about Hisui's weird magic beam, because I forgot to mention this. What the fuck was up with that magic beam? They never explain it. They never explain what her magic was. It's not like Rapapa stuff. It's very different to what Konoha can do. And they never acknowledge it either. Like, Konoha or Kosho never bring up, hey, what the fuck was that? They're like the big knowledgeable characters on magic stuff. Like, it makes sense for Mirai and Liko to say that, but they don't have any answers. I don't remember if Mirai and Liko questioned Hisui's magic. But like, I wish Konoha at least acknowledged that I don't know what the fuck it was either. Same with Kosho. They're just like, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Anyways, back to my mini rewrite. Where was it? Ah, here it is. Sorry, I had to find where it is in my notes. So Konoha would inquire with Kosho about Hisui's with magic beam, because at this point, Chronosto / Aya, I'll get to it, would be getting way more powerful, way more desperate, and like, obviously we know what happens at the end of episode 9, and they're like, we could really use Hisui's time nuke, we could really use that, we want everything we can get at this point. And then maybe Shikurin on the crystal ball, I am so sorry, could just ask if Konoha could bring Hisui back. If, you know, obviously Konoha can't use it, it's a Hisui power. So like, what if we just bring Hisui back, and then obviously everyone would go, she'd have to reincarnate. But like, Konoha's literally God, she's the embodiment of life, can't she just make a body and then throw Hisui's consciousness in it? Why can't you do that? Like, just make a soulless husk, make a random body, no soul, then just yeet Hisui's consciousness into it, and then boom, they can coexist. Listen, I know it's kind of dumb, but also Chronosto existing is dumb. Like, if they can introduce this random-ass time demon, time Satan, then we can introduce Konoha being able to make bodies. Like, the magic system's already kind of fucked. Let's abuse it in a way that makes the story more interesting, and lets a character actually be relevant. So anyways, this is what they would do in episode 10 with all of the Linkle Stones. Like, they'd use the power of all 13. It's 13, right? I think it's 13. I forgot. But, like, they use all the Linkle Stones all together, like, and they would use that power to create a new body for Hisui, and then obviously it would work. Hisui's here, she's alive again. Tearful reunion between Mirai and Liko and Hisui, because that's their fucking daughter. I would have loved that. Then right after that, Yamo takes them to Chronosto's domain. Maybe whilst they're doing this, like, big thing, that's when Yamo and Mofurun would have a conversation. Maybe? Possibly? Doesn't really matter. Anyways, final battle time. Hisui is here. She's not transformed. She's kind of just in the background trying to get, like, the big magic beam off, but she's struggling because she could never control it. And also, she's just getting used to having a body again. She hasn't had a body for, like, a couple episodes now. She's getting used to being sentient again. Well, being corporeal again is a better word. Sorry if everything's creaking a little bit. It's fine, I don't care. So Felice would encourage her and be like, you can do this. And she ends up pulling it off right as Chronosto freezes everyone. Like, right when Chronosto gets, like, everyone frozen, that's when Hisui pulls it off and goes right for the fucking eye. And obviously, Chronosto still wins. Everyone's time is still stolen, including the main girls. But the extra strong big Hisui attack would make a new Linkle Stone. Or maybe, like, the creation of Hisui's body would make a new Linkle Stone, and this is what would activate it. Either one. But the new Linkle Stone would be the Linkle Stone Jade. And it manages to, like, save and protect Hisui from getting her time stolen. It acts as, like, a magic barrier to keep her outside. And then in episode 11, when everyone's, like, in their shared locked time stolen thing, like when everyone's in their shared past, Hisui would be calling out to them, like trying to reach them from within their from outside the past. And then obviously they'd still escape, like Konoha would still escape and forget. And then the two of them would, like, chill as Mirai, Liko, and Mofurun still drift and forget into episode 12. And then Hisui and Konoha would exist in, like, Rapapa form, like in the space trying to find Mirai and Liko. And then Hisui would spot them and save them as Konoha's, like, where? And then obviously, like, Mirai and Liko escaping stays the same. But when Konoha shows up to save them, that's actually Hisui. Like, Hisui would use her time magic to save them, and then she would use her little butterfly clip, and it would become a transformation device. And then she becomes a Cure, because we deserve Cure Hisui, goddammit. I'm not sure what her name would be, but I know her theme color would be jade green or white. And I would use Cure Butterfly, but Hiragoro Sky used that already. So I'm not sure what to call her. Maybe Cure Chrysalis? That could be fun. And it fits the vibe. I came up with that on the fly. If y'all have a better name for her, leave it down below, but for right now I've got Cure Chrysalis. So after that, Konoha would show up and we get the trio transformation, and then the final fight would basically be the same. It's just that Hisui is also there, and then she would also be included for the final Extreme Rainbow, and ideally Cure Mofurun would be there for the ending Extreme Rainbow as well. And then the threat's done, and Hisui just lives on Earth with Ha-chan and everyone else. Maybe sometimes the two of them will be, like, in space, and Ha-chan will be teaching Hisui the ropes to Rapapa. That'd be cute. But when they aren't, they're just chilling with Mirai and Liko on Earth. I just want Hisui to be here in the second half. I want her to matter, because she doesn't. I want her to have a lasting impact on the story and actually be here, because at that point, why introduce her if she's gonna be completely gone for the ending? Like, why introduce her? if she's not gonna be here at all for the ending. I really like Aya, and it's the same thing as Hisui. Like, why was he written off halfway through? But it's 10 times worse because at least Konoha is still a good character. Chronosto is not. Aya was a far better antagonist than Chronosto was, and I'll get into why I hate Chronosto later. But I love Aya. He is so fucking interesting in the first half. He's the best part, easily. The mystery surrounding him is immaculate. I love his like general demeanor and shit. His design rocks. I love it. It's very K-pop, but like it looks good. And I have this in my notes, and I'm so sorry for sharing this with you guys. He looks like the grunge love child of the Onceler and the Lorax. You guys can hang me at the stake now. Y'all can hang me in the square for this. I'm so sorry, but I had to impart my wisdom onto all of you. Anyways, I genuinely love how he travels through like different points in time. Like Aya's story is not linear. Like we are not seeing the like linear timeline for Aya. We're seeing it from Mirai and Liko, and like obviously this is the most evident in the like warning thing he gives to Mirai in episode 1, which he only found out because Mirai told him in episode like 3. And then he just goes back to episode 1 and tells them. I love that. That was really good. Like, that was really good writing. Like, ooh, chills. I got chills when that happened. It was so good. And I genuinely love his motivation. Like, it's actually interesting and not just power, power, evil power. Chronosto. Sorry about that. I had a nasty cough. Anyways, I love him wanting to trap himself in the past to stay with his late mom. Like, that is genuinely heart-wrenching and such a great motivation. And it's a really good parallel to Mirai, like, how she longed for the past, like, when, like, during high school when Mirai and Konoha were, like, separated. Like, ooh. And also, like, her realizing everyone around her's getting older, especially her grandma, like, she could die at any minute, and I kind of wish she did. I love the grandma, but can you imagine the drama? Can you imagine Mirai, like, sadness, and then Ire Chronosto taking advantage of her for this? I mean, like, don't you want to be in the past? Don't you want to spend more time with your grandma? It'd be dark, but it'd be a great parallel to Aya. Like, they're already great parallels, but it would have just furthered that even more. And, ooh, that would have gone so hard. And I really like how relatable and human Aya's motivation is, and it would have been great for Mirai to, like, actually argue with him. This is what I mean by, like, the lecture Mirai, like, has towards Chronosto in episode 11. That should have been directed towards Aya. It could have been Mirai. I'm really tired, okay? It could have been Mirai trying to convince Aya, hey, get your ass out of the past. I know it hurts, but, like, you need to keep moving on. You need to keep moving. Keep going forward. You can't live in the past forever. Like, that would have been great. And Aya is so fucking interesting. And then he doesn't get an ending. At least Hisui got 2 lines. Aya gets nothing. Like, he's in episode 12, like, in his past dimension. And then Kershaw notes that, like, he couldn't find Aya, and that he either escaped or, like, he stayed in the past. Air quoting so hard right now because everyone got their time back when Chronosto got nuked. So, shouldn't Aya have also gotten his time back? Shouldn't he have been forced back into the present if everyone else was? It's like, he obviously escaped. It genuinely annoys me, because, like, why did you not give him an ending? You gave fucking Time Satan an ending, but you didn't give him an ending? Really? Like, why did this show write off both of its shiny new characters halfway through? And they were, like, really fresh and unique and the best fucking parts. Why did you ditch them for Time Satan? Speaking of Time Satan, I fucking hate Chronosto. I hate Time Satan dog. He is so boring. His motivation is just power, power, evil power. At least, like, gaining power through stealing people's time is an interesting concept. But an interesting concept cannot save you if your personality and motivations are fucking boring. Which is all Chronosto is. He's just the embodiment of evil. He's just Time Satan. I will give Chronosto this. His design is fucking sick. Like, it's so good, oh my god. And him being a dog for like half a series, like for the first half when he's in his incomplete form, he's a dog. And then he keeps the like mannerisms and stuff when he becomes like Time Satan, when he's like fully revived. I thought that was really cute. I think it's really funny. But like, that's all Chronosto has. He's really, really boring. So anyways, how I would fix them, because I'm fixing them both. Konoha was more so like, I didn't really fix her, it was mostly just Hisui in their section. But this one, it's equally Aya and Chronosto, because they both need some fixing, they both need a rewrite. Bad. So, Chronosto's origins were a little weird. I think he's supposed to be a servant of Desmast, but they're very vague about it. Anyways, he's not evil. Chronosto is essentially the Rapapa of time. He exists in his own little time dimension, he's a neutral entity that watches over time. And then Aya would use his dark magic to enter Chronosto's realm and basically pull a Ha-chan, like what he did to Rapapa during episode 1 on Chronosto. Like he'd take control of Chronosto's magic to lock himself in the past. But then Chronosto pulls a Hisui and traps himself in an incomplete dog form, but Aya was able to take some of his powers before he was able to like go into dog form and put it inside his incense burner. And Aya is smart. He knows that the power he has in that incense burner is very limited. So he can't just trap himself in the past, because it will run out, and his plan is to stay there forever. So obviously, he can't just use what's left in the incense burner, because once he's run out, he's out. He's got nothing left. So that is when Aya decides to go after Rapapa. And obviously, like he used her powers to revive Chronosto, and then also use both of like the powers he has, like use both the remnants of Chronosto's powers and Ha-chan's powers, like Rapapa's powers, to take control of Chronosto's like powers. Like he just take over Chronosto's domain. I think domain is the right word. Like he basically become the embodiment of time and like lock himself away in the past. But obviously Ha-chan will make Hisui, and then the first 6 episodes happen. And then we get to when Ha-chan is reverted and Chronosto is revived. Instead of Ha-chan going, no, not him, like pointing to Chronosto, like she's worried about Chronosto. Love that moment. That moment was the best characterization Chronosto ever gets. But I'm rewriting it to, instead of Ha-chan being worried because Chronosto is evil, it's Ha-chan being worried because Chronosto is about to get his ass possessed. And like both of them look like they're in fucking fear. It's like, shit. And then Mofurun's obviously scared. And then obviously Aya uses the power of the smart book to revive Chronosto and take control of his powers. And essentially what happens is Chronosto ends up like kind of possessing Aya's body, but Aya is in control. Think the Moro Lloyd stuff from Ninjago Possession, but Lloyd would be the evil, but kind of reversed. So like, it's similar to that, but like Moro is like the evil one in control, but he's not the one possessing the body. Like he's not, no, that's not the right word. It's like, I would be Moro, but if Moro was the one with the body. If that makes sense. I'm not sure where else a plot like this has been done. Like, where a mortal steals the power of a god and then fuses their bodies and the mortal is still in control. If y'all have a comparison, please leave it down in the comments. Please. But also, I want y'all to think about this. Imagine Chronosto's like full power design, but it's Aya. Like, imagine Aya in that style. Imagine how hard that would fucking go. I don't have the time or skills to draw this, so Precure artists, I know y'all are capable. go design this. Tag me on Tumblr and Blue Sky if you draw this. Please, I'm desperate to see it. And I refuse to use AI to make it, because fuck AI art. Art. Quotations, massive fucking quotations on that. Fuck AI. Precure artists, go. Make this. Anyways. So, now when Aya tries to trap himself in the past, Chronosto, who still has like some kind of control, like it's still his body kind of, he would use his powers to eject Aya from the past, like he'd be fighting back against Aya's control. And then obviously Aya would get kind of pissy and desperate, and just he'd get a lot more ruthless and desperate, and that's when he would start stealing people's time. Like he's like, oh, I have dominion over people's time now, so I'm going to steal other people's time and use that as power to keep Chronosto from ejecting me from my past memories. And like that's how we get to keep the plot of like everyone's time getting stolen, especially towards the end. We keep the plot of everyone's time getting stolen, but now it has a far more interesting motivation than just power, power, evil power. And then everything stays the same from like the Hisui part. But then now when Mirai makes her speech in episode 11, it's actually directed towards Aya and is like trying to get him to snap out of it. So the direct parallels, we're actually utilizing this. Obviously they would still use Extreme Rainbow and force Aya out of Chronosto, and then they would save Aya and throw him into whatever the magical world's equivalent of jail/rehab is. And I did note that it doesn't matter whether or not Aya, like Mirai actually gets through to Aya, like whether or not he agrees and lets himself get nuked, or if they have to do it forcefully. It does not matter. It doesn't really matter. And then what would happen is Chronosto would thank the cures, go back to his time dimension, and then maybe, since he liked being a dog, like he can just come back to Earth sometimes like Ha-chan and Hisui do. Mofurun deserves a little animal girly bestie. Speaking of Mofurun, she's so cute. Oh my god, I love her. And I'm so glad they brought back Mofurun. Her transformation looks really good. I love her. There isn't much to say about Mofurun. She's so funny. I especially love the moment where she's like asking Mirai if she's drunk, where she can't, every time she can't read kanji, or katakana. I don't remember exactly what Mofurun can't read, but whenever they make that joke, it's fucking funny as shit. And when Sarah is like looking at Mofurun and judging Mirai for having a teddy bear, and Mofurun explains this to Mirai, it's funny as fuck. And this section is mostly just for animation and callbacks, because I don't have much to say about Mofurun herself. She's just fun. I really like her conversation with Yamo. That's cute. But yeah, this is mostly just for callbacks and animation. So yeah, I think the animation was really good. The fight scenes were fucking insane. Holy shit, like Aya restoring Chronosto looks straight out of a shonen. It's so detailed, and you can tell the budget they had for this. Like, you can tell Toei gave them a budget, and they used the fuck out of it. The fight scenes are some of the best Precure fight scenes we've ever had. Oh my god. And the transformations. Ooh, girl. Okay, the Alexandrite sequence is incredible. It's so well elevated, same with Mofurun's sequence. And I do like Pink Deer. I've complained about it a bit, but they're still really good. The others though. An issue Mirai has with its transformations is that the backgrounds, and like, well, especially the backgrounds, but everything is too bright. The colors are way too bright and they fight for your attention alongside the characters. This is absolutely at its worst in Ruby and Felice's sequence. The Ruby sequence's background is the exact same color as the Ruby design dresses, and you cannot see the characters at all. The original Ruby transformation works because the background is this very pale pink. Mirai's is a very strong red. Like, it's fighting for your attention. Same with in the Emerald sequence, where the background changes from this very like soft teal color to this dark, bright green. It fist fights with Kodaha. Like, it just fights with the characters, and it looks bad. I also don't like that they shortened the Felice sequence and they cut out the 4th line. That's sad. Also, the attacks were fine, with the notable exceptions of Emerald Reincarnation and Extreme Rainbow. They gutted Extreme Rainbow, it looks so bad. The other attacks are fine. Extreme Rainbow sucks, and Emerald Reincarnation is just not great. Also, I love that they brought back the like alternate forms from like the movies. I wish their like proper movie power-up could have been included for more than one frame, and I mentioned this in the Hisui section. I wish Mofurun could have been in the final Extreme Rainbow, but I also think that the movie power-up forms were just way too detailed. They exhausted their budget, they couldn't afford to animate the movie power-ups. That's fine. I also like that they brought back the All-Stars movie power-up forms, but they were, I forgot how bad they looked. Okay, Magicals is fine. Miracles looks like ass. Also, I forgot to mention in Mirai Liko section, I love their pink deer designs. I think Mirai's is a very like streamlined version. They got rid of a lot of like the other colors in her design, and it's very streamlined as pink. I think it looks really good. I love the bar. I also love their little veils. And Pure Magical, the elevation is insane. I love the bloomers. They work way better for her than the skirt. These designs are just so much better than their originals. Like, it's crazy. I love the pink deer designs. Oh my god. So yeah, onto the opening and the ending. Like, I really like Kisakura Link. The song is a fucking banger, and the sequence, the stained glass portraits of everyone. Ooh, girl, love that. The opening, Dokken Part 3, it's the worst Dokken, but it's still good. The song is fine. I like that it's a very different approach to Dokken. Like, it sounds very different from the first two, and I like that. I like that it's very unique. The sequence, however, is not great. I'll get to it after I've talked about the characters, like the background characters who show up, like all of the all the minor characters. I'll get to it because it ties into after I'm done with them. But yeah, I don't think the opening is good. I don't think it's very good. Yeah, I'm just going over my notes to make sure I haven't missed anything with Mofurun. Nope, okay, time for the background girlies. Time for the minor characters. I really like Mirai's uni friends. I think they're really cool. I wish Rena got anything to do, like at all, but I really like Sarah's storyline in episode 8. It was so real. Oh my god. I too cannot move on from mediocre men. Jun, Emily, and Kay. I am so happy they're here and they get like time to shine, especially Kay. The entire first half of episode 9 is dedicated to her. She's so much fun. I wish Emily got to do more, because like Kay gets all of like the first half of episode 9, and then June is also in episode 2. So she's in episode 9 and 2, but Emily's only in episode 9. I wish she got to show up separately and have her own focus, but I'm glad my girls are here. They're as good as always. I love them. I always loved them. Also, this is a me issue. This isn't an issue with Mirai Days. I remember in the original series, like, the three of them discovering Mirai and Liko's identities. Like, I remember the three of them finding out about Miracle and Magical, like, Mirai and Liko being Precure. And this is what the wiki says. The wiki confirms this. But when I rewatched episode 9 of the original series, and they don't. They like acknowledge that Miracle and Magical are there, but they don't acknowledge it being Mirai and Liko. So either I'm remembering it wrong and they do bring it up at some other point, or the wiki's just wrong. I don't know. Or they retconned it, and I kind of wish Kay did know. I kind of wish the three of them did know. Like, I know they say in episode 2 that it's a secret, but I always assumed it was for, like, the other guy, not Jin. But, yeah. I kind of wish they did know, because imagine Kay's storyline in episode 9, but instead of it just being her, like, wanting to figure out what's going on, she knows what's going on, and she actively has to make the choice between keeping her friends' secrets safe, or exposing them to further her journalistic career, which would possibly put her friends in danger. Like, I know, obviously she would keep them a secret. Obviously. But can you imagine the internal conflict? Can you imagine? That would have been great. Also, you can keep the antics she has with the minor characters, but instead of her getting like, oh my god, Mirai and Liko? What are they doing here? Whenever the minor characters bring them up, she goes, oh shit, Mirai and Liko, I can't defend y'all. Like, y'all are at the scene of the crime every time. Like, have her shit herself every time they bring up Mirai and Liko. That would have worked. It would have ate. It would have been great. Anyways, the headmaster / coacho. He was great, I'm glad he's here. Him going back to middle school with Kush / Dokurakshi. I can't spell his name or say it. Like, him being trapped then. The closet is glass. The closet is glass. I loved some doomed yaoi. I loved some childhood friends to enemies doomed yaoi. And then Yamo just becoming Dokurakshi when he gets his time stolen is funny as fuck. I genuinely love the teachers this time around. They didn't get a lot to do, but I'm glad they're here. And I love that the All-Stars girlie, I think Solisere? I don't know how to pronounce her name, but I'm so happy she's here. Like, she's in the background, I don't think she gets a single line, but she's here. I love that they brought back Batty, Spada, and Gametsu. It was only for like half an episode, but I'm so glad they were here. Like, oh my god. And Yamo being plot relevant was an unexpected but welcome surprise, especially after Chronosto got the fucking snail liner. Like, holy shit, when he said he was taking everyone's time, he meant everyone. I was not expecting him to go for the snail liner. Holy shit. And like, obviously they needed a way to get back to the No Magic world, so they used Yamo. Loved that. That was cool as fuck. I liked seeing the girlies' families again. Mostly Mirai's, because Liko's don't really get much to do. Like, Rio is here for a bit. Liz gets some stuff to do. Their mum doesn't do much, but also she wasn't there in the original much either. But we really get to see a lot of Mirai's family, and they're so much fun. Whenever they have dinner together, it's gold. I'm so glad they brought Chikurin back. I know it was just for an episode, but I'm glad he was here. I loved Sota's arc in episode 7. It was great. I wish his like other friend got to show up at all. Like, he's only in that like one bowling flashback. I wish he got to be here. Like, if Sota gets to be here, why can't his friend be here? And I forgot their names. Like, the middle school girlies, they were in the bowling scene. I forgot their names, but I'm so glad they were here because they were so funny in episode 5. It was 5, I'm pretty sure it was 5. The fact that they brought back the running gag of one of them like always seeing Mirai and Liko being witchy and stuff, and the other one just barely missing them. Peak, it was peak. I genuinely loved that. It was peak. And that's all the minor characters, so let's get back to the opening. I don't have a good segue. I think the actual series does a really good job at incorporating callbacks and like references to the original, especially through the flashback powers. I just remembered those were a thing. I just remembered the flashback powers were a thing, oh my god. I think those were cool as fuck actually, and it gave us a really good excuse to like reference older stuff, but also explore events that we did not see during the time skip. Like between, like in episode 49, between right after the worlds were separated and the worlds got rejoined, we got a bunch of flashbacks in that time period that we wouldn't have been able to see otherwise, and it's great. The opening does not do a good job with this, however. Like, all the callbacks feel so forced and nonsensical. Like, they just don't make sense with the visuals in the opening. It feels very forced. Like, the ending does the callbacks great through the stained glass portraits. The opening does not. It's just references for the sake of references. And, like, the pacing and the visuals just suck in general. Why is there a clock with a pig? Why is that there? That never comes up. We never see pigs. Why is this here? And the visuals just don't really line up well with the music either. Like, the pacing is kind of jank. But this is not an issue with Mirai specifically. This is an issue of 2025 Precure as a whole. Because Kimetaro Idol's opening, and especially their transformations, suffer from this as well. The pacing in those is bad, especially those transformations. I'm saving it for the eventual Kimetaro Idol video I make, but holy shit, those transformations. They look so good, but their pacing is horrid. And at last, we have reached the conclusion. So, what do I think of the series? It's great. It's a solid 7, 8 out of 10. The first few episodes, like 6 to 8, 8 to 9 out of 10. Near perfect. Excellent. The last couple, around a 6 or a 7. I will give Mirai this. It's a lot better than Otona. I think Otona was like flawed from jump because yes, 5 is just a fundamentally shit season to do a 12 episode sequel for. Like, you have 6 main characters plus 3 additional mascots, and then for some reason they added Splash Star in. Like, they were setting themselves up for failure. Like, there was just too much for too little time. Like, Mirai only having 4, technically 5 main characters counting Hisui. It's way better, and it allows the plot to be like, it allows the plot to exist and be very plot driven without taking away from the characters. Like, Otona's story, like its plot, only fought with the characters for development. And oh my god, we need to save Belle from Otona. Like, she was so cool, and she's been wasted on that shit show. Mirai is just really good. It's generally really good, but it does have some really noticeable flaws, mostly in Chronosto, and it is really enjoyable, don't get me wrong. It's really enjoyable, and it's a really fitting sequel for MahouTsukai. Like, you can tell the people making this loved the original series. There is so much love and passion poured into this series. Like, you can just tell. I really hope Toei makes more of these, like more sequels for other seasons. I do have ideas on what seasons I think could be really good for sequels, like, because yes, 5 was not a good season for a sequel. MahouTsukai was. And what seasons do I think would be good for sequels? Stay tuned for June. Stay tuned for June. I'm making that a video in June, so stay tuned. But yeah, I didn't mention this in the I section, but they may have left his ending vague so that they could set up a MahouTsukai 3. Please, for the love of God, do not do a MahouTsukai 3. Let my girlies rest. Give some other girlies some more screen time. Other characters in other seasons deserve a sequel more than MahouTsukai deserves a second one. Let my girlies rest. So yeah, that's my Mirai review. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been recording for over an hour, and I've already had to delay this video. I'm fear for my editing schedule. It's gonna be over an hour long. The last time, like the original version with the fucked audio, base unedited audio was well over an hour. I'm very scared, but I'm putting this out for y'all. Y'all deserve this. Y'all deserve some good quality Precure content, and I'm here to deliver. So yeah, thank you for watching. So sorry the schedule's been kind of weird, and like in general, general uploading stuff. I wish I could be more consistent, but school has really been kicking my ass in. Like, oh my god, I have so much to do and so little time to do it all in. Like, I have to be done with like all of my production work by September. So like, I'm busy. I'm really busy, but I still want to keep up doing stuff for the channel, obviously. I'm really excited for next fortnight's video because it's the first art video, and I forgot to mention, I'm just gonna check now. We are at 99 subs, which is fucking crazy. And it also coincides really great because my next video is going to be my first art video, and it could be the 100 subscriber special. And like, I'm so excited for that art video, bro. You have no idea how excited I am for that. It's coming at the end of April. Y'all have the schedule. I promise it won't get outdated anymore. I'm so excited, oh my god. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed. I have to do the annoying YouTuber thing. I always have to. And I'll be seeing you next time. I'm so excited for next time. Oh my god, I'm so excited for the art video. Y'all have no idea how excited I am for this. Oh my god. Okay, bye.